Uh-oh. Hello, hello, YouTube. I am God is Just B, and today we about to have church again. I am your first lady, God is Just B, and it is my passion to talk about spirituality. I help people with wellness, and wellness is both physical and spiritual. I talk about health and wellness as it pertains to your body, as it pertains to your blood type, because I am a blood type connection catalyst. But blood type in the physical reality is really only 0.01% of this human experience. The 99.999 that we stem from is spiritual. And so I like to talk about the spiritual side of everything. Hey, Church. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Rita. Y'all can give me a thumbs up on YouTube. Hey. How y'all doing? Looking good. Hey, Norman, can I get some thumbs up? Can I get some likes? I can't tell I'm looking good. Like that screen for me, Norman. Thank you. Hey, D. Hey, Joy. Joy is the key. I love that. Hey, Red. How y'all feeling today? Hey, Emmy. Oh, I'm Yoni. Okay, I'm Yoni. Hi, Brian. Thank you for being here, Gary. Thank you. Welcome, Sage. So today we're gonna talk about spirits. Hey, Royal. I see you, babe. Hey, Miss B. We're gonna talk about spirit today. Y'all can tap that screen. Give me some thumbs up on YouTube over there. Give me some likes. Show me some love. It's church time on the 24th of January. On the 24th of January. I'm on here at 5. I was supposed to be here at 4, huh? Oh, I just realized what time it was. On the 24th of January, we about to talk about spirits. What day of the week is this? Y'all know I'm retired. I don't be paying attention to the days. Today is Wednesday, even though it's damn near almost over, but this is my first time actually sitting and looking at the calendar. It's Wednesday. So spirituality is 99.999% of all that there is, and we always come from a verse in the biblical text. And I have one for you today. But for those that are new here to this here page, this is the Inner Being Church, where we talk about all things within as it pertains to you. And in this here church, we like to illuminate the deeper part of you, challenging your core beliefs, the ones that's not serving you, to put you up to speed with who you really are. Yeah. And you ain't nothing but love and light. You ain't nothing but God in physical form. Learning once again how to manipulate energy. And you could have anything that you put your mind to, right? Because this here creation actually is just nothing but a recreation by you, by us, the collective consciousness. Another way to get to know ourselves, to explore ourselves, and tap into a God within. Why I only have 35 likes though? I'm taking my time. I'm giving y'all time to tap the screen. If you're new to TikTok, you have the phone in your hand. This is how you tap the screen on TikTok. And when you tap the screen, you're going to see some hearts. You're going to see some heart. Don't you want to see a heart? Don't you want to see a heart on the screen? That's showing the things that you love, right? Don't you want to be in alignment and love on something? Don't you want to find the good in this here moment? When you tap the screen, well, it helps me while you are in alignment. It's going to help me because it's going to get my supporters in the room. They're going to know that I'm live. They're over there on the For You page. But if you don't tap the screen, then I'm not going to get on the For You page and I'm not going to see them. They're not going to comment. It's just going to be me and you looking at each other because that's what I'm waiting on. Hey, Kenny. Hey. Thank y'all for tapping the screen. Let's get to 1,000 likes so we can begin, please. Hey, Candy, I see you. First lady. Look at everybody over there. Thank you for sharing the live. Rita be sharing the live. Bless your heart, babe. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Happy birthday to Frida. Is it Frida? Happy birthday, Frida. I want to say happy birthday to you. Yes, happy birthday. Hey, Princess. I see you, babe. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Ellen. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready to talk about these spirits today? We're going to be talking from the book of Revelations. Revelations. All right, I'm waiting. We got 244 over here. 244. Y'all don't want to get it today, huh? But guess what? Sunshine and Ellen and Kim and Roy over here holding it down. Let us begin. Let us begin. 18 Revelations, I believe it's 18 and 23. Let me confirm that. Yeah. Revelations 18 and 23. For your merchants were the great men of the earth, it says. And all nations were deceived by your sorcery. You ever read that in the biblical text? All nations were deceived by your sorcery. And so when we're talking about the idea of sorcery, does anybody know what we're talking about when we say sorcery? Does anybody understand that word before I even elaborate on it? Does anybody know what the biblical text maybe talk about sorcery? Who have the sorcery? Who are we talking about here? Does anybody have an idea? Church, I'm talking to you all when I be asking them questions. Anybody have an idea what the sorcery would mean in that text? All nations were deceived by your sorcery, it says. Anybody? Hey, Bakiba. Hey. Anybody know what sorcery mean? Nobody? We got crookeds in the room in the intervening church today? Magic. She's got that magic. Go ahead on, read. I'm 47 years in that church and she know it, baby. She know it. It says all nations were deceived by your sorcery. So sorcery is derived from the Greek word pharmakeia. Right? And so we're talking about sorcery as it pertains to witchcraft, trickery, illusion, use of magic, right? Evil spirits, mind control. I call it sometimes effery. Yeah. And we also talking about drugs. I can't say that on TikTok, but we also talk about when we talking about pharmaceuticals, we're talking about drugs, the kind that the people with the white coats give out, right? All nations were deceived by your sorcery. So we have different forms of magic, evil spirit, sorcery that comes out that we voluntarily signed up to be under the influence of, but we just be saying, "Oh, I just want to feel good." That brown get you down and that white get you right as it pertains to the sorcery of the things that we consume, whether we call it liquor, alcoholic beverages. I'm gonna teach you something here today, how you, and we ain't gonna blame this on the government, we ain't gonna blame this on whoever put the liquor store on the corner. This is you going to the liquor store, purchasing it with your money that you earned, opening up your mouth, tilting your head back, and consuming whatever form that we're talking about today. All right. The use of magic. And so whether we're talking about medicine, whether we're talking about smoking or drinking, we're talking about sorcery. We're talking about ourselves being the consumer of it. And the scripture reads, all nations were deceived by your sorcery. And when you're deceived because you're underneath a great spell, because you're not conscious of your beingness just yet, because you want to be deceived, right? Nobody's really forcing you to be deceived. You could start questioning, you could start exploring and expanding your consciousness, but you chose not to. You like being deceived. Now don't sit up here and lie to me. The energy don't lie. Does anybody disagree with that? When you were asleep, there was somebody that was trying to tell you otherwise, and you just was like, girl, whatever, because you were asleep. You didn't want to hear that, right? So this is why I want you to be accountable for your energy. What we're talking about, this sorcery, you didn't want to hear it at that time. So it wasn't like the FDA was knocking at your door, putting the earplugs in your head. That was you over there. Yeah, you. I'm gonna be accountable because I once upon a time was that person, and I didn't want to hear. I didn't want to hear nothing about no pork chop. I was that way with my daughter. See that? I didn't want to hear nobody talk about no maggots and no pork chop because I love me some pork chop. I was from the South, New Orleans. What the hell you mean, girl? Look, we gonna put some vinegar on that thing. I ain't let my pork chop go. I ain't let my crawfish go. My red beans and rice, catfish, and those different things. What? They got 2 sons. Girl, I don't care about that. Just as long as one of them show up in the sky. What? The aliens. Girl, look. I hope they come so I can go home with them. Right? When you were asleep, you didn't want to really grasp the knowledge. So this is you. In the inner being church, this is you. This is your doing. This ain't no devil. That's your lower self. That's you. That's 2 versions of you. This all is God vibrating at a different frequency. And God, you just experiencing yourself. Getting to know yourself in all frequencies of yourself or in this realm. Sometimes it's you acting it out, and then outside of you, it's your reflections, right? Because you can't run away from you, right? You're going to run into you, right? So when we talk about, let's think about this here, let's put some logic to this. Now that most of you all that are here, pretty much all of you all that's staying on this here live, hey, James, those of you that's on this here live, you either peeking with one eye, or you all the way woke, or you about to wake up tomorrow or something. You right there. So now, since you right there at your alarm clock going off, it's buzzing, you maybe hit the snooze button, or you out the bed, dressed, whatever state of being you've entered into, have me in your simulated environment. Let's talk about the logic of it. Let's talk about the magic that was being performed on you for those people that ain't all the way there. And the magic is performed on you by you giving you, you being the giver of the sorcery. We would want to say, if we in religion, we would want to say, oh, is the sorcery that they're talking about, or the voodoo people, the people that's doing witchcraft, but keep in mind now, they are people that you might not understand their walk, that you might say they are witches, whatever, but they love God. They're not doing black magic. They're not evil, low frequency beings. But because you don't know yourself, you'll get confused when you see these people, and you'll run away because of your ignorance. But I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about what you do to yourself with your sorcery upon yourself. You being deceived in your simulated environment by sorcery. Let's talk about the first one, medicine. And I'm gonna just spell this out because sometimes when I start talking in depth about health, TikTok don't like that. So I'm gonna spell this out, and I'm gonna say drugs. So when we consuming the rocks in the rock form of drugs, for whether it come from the white coat or the person on the corner that's giving you the illegal kind. What happens is, when you introduce that foreign object, because it did not come from a real herb, I'm not talking about them kind. We'll get to those. What happens is your body does not identify it and doesn't really understand how to break it down properly. But the chemicals inside of it will alter you in a state of being. Some of those things would alter you to a state of being where you're hallucinating, right? And this has everything to do with when you get a little sad, or what you call yourself depressed. When you begin to get sad and depressed, and the white coat person gives you an antidepressant, some of those get you to this state of being where there are chemicals that's altering your existence. Because in order to qualify to be a drugs, it has to be destroying melanin. It has to be drying up crystals juice, right? It has to be manipulating your mind or having mind control over you. Therefore, your first eye, your pineal gland, automatically becomes calcified, right? Therefore, you start hallucinating to a point where you see you're in a bubble, kind of like. You ever met people that's kind of like on those antidepressants and they're really, really happy to the point where it don't even feel real? Like, okay, energy is supposed to fluctuate. What's up with you? They stand out, they laugh really, really, really loud per se. Ain't nothing wrong with being happy. I ain't knocking the happy. But I'm mentioning that because those same type of people, when they're coming down off of that medication, for some reason, if they want to wean off, they go through withdrawals, like, right? Sweats, like, right? That's the sorcery. That's the evil, evil way of the pharmaceutical that gets into your system, and now you can't function without. Now you're going through hot flashes and sweats, and you're not looking at life, and really, really, you don't have control over your mind. You're not having control over your emotions. It's like you decide, look, here, take this cup from me. I can't do it. Give me the rock, right? So this is one of the phases that we go through with one form of the sorcery, all right? All the while drying up Christos fluid. Those of you that are new here, Christos fluid was that soft spot on your head, that fluid that was in. That fluid activates at one moment in your life to activate you to become the Christ conscious one. Like, right? As far as seasons, when your season come every month, when the sun and the moon is in certain cycles, you have the full innate ability to tap into you being walking, talking, Christ conscious in this realm. But you have to be abstaining for one thing, which is from the DRUGSs, and the alcohols, the gluttonous spirit, and too much of sex, because you're releasing all of your fluids if you have too much during that particular time. I'm not saying be a nun. I'm saying around that time when the planets and when the moon and the sun is in this certain alignment. DRUGS is one of the sorceries. Another one of the sorceries is smoking. And this is one I want to talk to you all about, the reefer thing as it pertains to health and wellness. All nations were deceived by your sorcery. This is a deception to those that are trying to walk on a spiritual journey. Now listen, I'm in a state right now, Arizona, and you could do what you want out here. You think they say in New Orleans for Mardi Gras time, do what you want and hang on the corner. But baby, they need to be singing that out here. Do what you wanna, hang on the corner in Arizona. Cause baby, every corner got a little reefer shop. When I first moved about here, and I was like, something, I don't know. I like it out here. I love the energy. But some of the people, they kind of different. I didn't realize that they was, they had their little thing that they do. They do what they do. So nonetheless, for those of you out there that are listening about the DRUGS as it pertains to smokes, now we already know that as it pertains to our lungs. Look at how pretty. Look at what I bought with some of the offering money. This little cube here. Look at how pretty the lungs is. You look at that inside of the lungs. It look like a little tree. But we got like a little tree of life everywhere. The vagus nerve, the lungs, just branching off, just life. Like, right? Life. Like a tree planted by the water, I shall not be moved. So let me tell you something as it pertains to your health. As it pertains to your health, the way the sorcery work when you do any kind of smokes, I'm talking about cigarette smokes or the reefer kind of smokes. Well, no matter what kind of smokes, I don't care if it's an herb. I'm an herbalist. I don't care what kind of smokes it is. Smokes equal inflammation. Okay? Smokes equal inflammation. Point blank, period. Just thought I'd tell you. So now you're inflamed. Your little tree of life, your little branches right here. See how pretty, little cute the little branches are? Your branches going to just wither. Your branches going to blacken. Right? Smokes equal inflammation. point blank period. And out here is really popular, the smokes. You know, you have places, you know, little buildings you could go to out here, equally put your hand on smokes. But at the same time, there are other forms of this reefer substance getting inside of you, right? To send you on a trip that you can naturally go on yourself, but you might not know how, so you want to use something outside of you. If you pay attention to the stores that sell these things, the ingredients inside of them is a list of more sorceries, right? More chemicals, more inflammation, right? All nations were deceived by your sorcery. So this allows, what happens is, why I'm mentioning this is because of evil spirits. We're about to get to the evil spirit, but I got one more thing to tell you about drinking. Then we're going to get to the evil spirits and why I mentioned all of these things. Drinking. So just like the stores that they have out here that'll sell you the reefer out here, you all know, put two and two together what I'm talking about. I don't want to get no flags. So just like these stores you'll find in the South, or maybe in closest to a darker hued community, you'll find liquor stores, right? Readily available to bring you on another kind of trip. So we got trips with DRUGSs, we got trips with smokes, and we got trips with liquids. And the trips with the liquids, aka alcohol, alcoholic beverages, they'll take you on a trip too. Now, every one of these trips, alcohol takes the larger part of you, your spirit, away from you. Every last one of these sorceries is taking you on a trip. At some certain extent, it allows you to maybe even produce DMT, dimethyltryptamine, the same thing that you could naturally secrete on your own during a deep state of meditation. You wanted to feel good. See, because everybody just trying to get a little higher. You wanted to feel good faster. You wanted the cheat code. You thought nothing probably was wrong with the DRUGS, but at the same time, your soul did, because it left you. The larger part of your essence, your soul, takes and run away because it don't want to be in the presence. This is supposed to be the house of prayer. You've turned it into a den of thieves. It doesn't want to even sup with you at that moment. So I'm gonna get you best to understand what I'm saying here. You ever been drunk before? I ain't gonna ask you if you ever been on DRUGS. So I'm gonna just say, you ever been drunk before? I ain't gonna ask you if you ever had some reefer before, but I'm gonna just say, have you ever been drunk before? Have you ever seen somebody drunk before? Have you ever looked at somebody who was drunk before? Look into their eyes. You know, the eyes of the window. Hey, Royal, you over here now? The eyes of the window to the soul. You ever heard that before? You know this. We're going to build up on here, this sorcery. You know that the eyes are the window to the soul, right? And then you've seen somebody, of course, and it wasn't cool. Okay. So you've seen somebody who, hey, Shayla, and you've seen somebody who was drunk, right? Did you not notice? I'm teaching you discernment at the same time. Did you not notice that person's soul, the larger part of them, not there no more? Didn't they look a little spooky? I want to teach you what it looked like to look upon something that don't have its essence inside of it, because you're going to see a lot of that in this time and season. You got to know. So the energy of that drunken person that you saw, the energy of that drunken person that you saw was that its spirit, soul, larger part of him had left. And that was his lower self. That was what we would call the evil spirit, the evil self. And so when you're drunk, people, when they drunk, they be like, I don't know where I was at. When they come to, or better yet, when their spirit or soul comes back into the body. Because the soul got up out of there. You just seen their dark side, their darkness. And they be like, what did I do? Really? The people ain't lying. They don't remember what they did. That soul got up out of there. Because all nations are deceived by the sorcery. And so you're deceived to do these things. You're deceived to want to indulge in these things to keep you in your lower self. Just to teach you something about yourself. But here comes the real trickery when they start playing with your mind. Now, all three of these things here play with your mind. But then I ain't gonna say they, you play with your mind too, because all of this is you not wanting to ascend. You make all these crazy excuses on why you don't want to evolve. They put the liquor store here. Pass it up. Walk by, don't go in it, right? That's the easy fix. But we're going to blame it on somebody outside of ourselves to make ourselves feel better. Here's the trickery of it when you get to psychology of it, because I know a little bit about psychology and numerology too. Yeah. While you're just driving around in your little simulated environment, you have signs and billboards. You have things set up to help you ascend or help you to stay here. And you always making a choice. Your subconscious mind see them billboards, and you might not even look over there. Your subconscious mind know what was over there. It picked up that signal. Just like when you be driving in a car and you got stuff on your mind and you driving and you think about it like, dang, I don't even know how I got here, because your subconscious mind just take over, like right, your memory. So here's the thing: you're driving and you see a billboard that say, "Do not drink and drive. It's against the law." You ever saw something like that, or it had like a what do they call that? Brake tag. We don't have them out here no more. Brake tag on your windshield. In some states, you've got a brake tag, and they say, "Don't drink and drive. It's against the law." And they stay blacked out. You right about that? Y'all ever seen that before? Don't drink and drive. It's against the law. This is the psychology behind that. Whenever you say, your subconscious mind don't understand the word "not," and I'm gonna teach it to you in a minute. Whenever you see that, you see, don't drink and drive. It's against the law. But then you driving and they go a liquor store. You driving and they go a daiquiri shop. But that sign said, "Don't drink and drive. It's against the law." And you hear that, and you hear that often. But then when you turn on TV, Coors, Bud Light, commercials right in front of your face, right? But don't drink and drive. Like, right? Why you keep showing this if you don't want me to do this here, right? Don't drink and drive. Then if you were to get in some kind of DUI, like, accident situation, how the system works is so backwards to where you'll get a kind of like a lesser charge because you were under the influence, like, right? So the sign said, "Don't drink and drive," but the liquor store was there. The system gives you all of these little breaks and slaps, kind of like on the hand, because you were under the influence. What are you under the influence of? Anybody? What were you under the influence of? You got to logically think about this. What were you underneath the influence of? The evil spirit, right? And so when you go out to these places that say food, like back in New Orleans, they had a place called, a lot of places, but one of them, New Orleans Food and Spirits. Spirits. Even the places where you can indulge in drinks, letting you know that spirits, dark, evil spirits, because your soul is about to exit the building. Come over here. Spirits are over here. All nations were deceived by your sorcery. It's something that's being performed using evil spirits, and you thinking, let's go hang out, let's go get a drink, let's go. Now I want to bring you back to the psychology of it. Anytime you saying or hear, rather, do not, listen to this. Hey, 360 degrees of wellness. Do not drink and drive. It's against the law. Now I'm gonna tell you something, and I want you to listen to it and you respond to this. I'm gonna tell you, whatever you do not imagine me being a millionaire. Whatever you do not imagine me doing retreats in Sedona. Whatever you do not imagine me being a speaker amongst the nations where everybody know my name. Whatever you do, imagine what you want, but do not imagine me in that state of being. Did anybody imagine me being homeless? What did you imagine me as? Whatever you do not imagine me being prosperous. Do not imagine me coming here with the inner being church. Don't imagine that. Do not. Go ahead, Royal. Do not. What are you thinking about, though? Since I told you, do not imagine me being the first lady of the inner being church. Do not. Do not. Whatever you do, do not imagine that. Do not imagine no prosperity for me. Do not. Whatever you do not do that. Are you getting this here? What are you thinking about? What is the thought? Roy says, you telling us to imagine it. Because that's how your subconscious mind works. And somebody already, well, I don't, there we go. You already figured that out about your subconscious mind. You know how your subconscious mind works. It don't understand that not stuff. So when you really see that billboard that says, don't drink and drive, what your subconscious mind is saying, let's go get drink. That's what your subconscious mind reading. And then, Lord and behold, you have on the corner a place that's readily available. Because you ignore the word not. Let's do something else. Whatever you do in this moment, do not imagine a pink piggy bank. Do not. When people don't understand how to control their mind will slip into doing that, what you said not to do. Like, what? No, I see a piggy bank. No, you shouldn't have said nothing about it. I see it. You're still imagining it. That's the point there, Crystal. You still imagine it. I'm telling you not to, but that's not how your mind works. So when you see the billboard and it says, do not drink and drive, most often than not, if you didn't had a taste before and you have a favorite liquor, psychologically, you're thinking, well, maybe I should get some Crown for this road trip. Because you're ignoring the not. But this is how the sorcerers, the evil spirit, the temptation of being in lower self plays games with your mind to manipulate you outside of you actually getting to the place where you have the smokes, where you have the DRUGS, or where you have the alcohol. If you're not in the environment and you're not conscious also of your mind, so you got an environment when you sleep that's causing you to go astray, so to speak, and lose your higher self or not connect to it or take a long time to waking yourself up. And then you got billboards, you got commercials, you got influencers deceiving you with your mind. So that's why it becomes so hard to get up out of this so-called matrix, to get up out of your lower self. This is why we still have people that is experiencing that old earth. Even though there's a newness of a new golden age here, they have people that's still over there. They still fighting against those principalities, those rulers of darkness and high places. They're still fighting against them. Because many in this nation, this old earth, that we've evolved from, in this old earth, many are being deceived by sorcerers. You would think in the biblical text that they was just talking about, dark magic. No, they got preachers that's underneath this here type of sorcery, and they don't even realize it, or better yet, they hiding it from the congregation. Preachers that indulge, still drink, right? Not knowing really the essence of the spirit being swept away from them. not knowing. They have people that, oh, I just like a little bit, on occasion. What you're really saying, and I'm not no judgment here. What you're really saying is that on occasion, I just want my soul to just get up out of here, and I just want to wild out. I just want to be in the darkness with the evil spirits. Yeah, so just get up out of here. Inner being, just shut up for a minute. That's what we're really saying. All nations are deceived by your sorcery. And so this here is an extension of a tree of life inside of your lungs. Like, right? And this tree is withering away when we're smoking. Right? We're being deceived by it because we're being dried up by it. Because our soul say, night, night, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I don't want to touch that which is impure. And then inside of us, we have our vagus nerve that extends to the organs in our body, which is also symbolic, looking like a tree inside of it, activating us and allowing our crystals fluid to flow, our kundalini energy to rise, and all of that dries up inside of us simultaneously when we smoke. And then when we indulge in DRUGS, because any DRUGS is gonna take that essence from you. That's why when you on the antidepressants, you're mimicking, you're looking happy, but you're mimicking an evil spirit that's acting happy. Because the soul and the bliss and the love and the peace and the joy comes from the inner beingness, the larger part of you that ran up out of there, that's connected to infinite intelligence. But when you're on the DRUGS, it's out. And you're just existing, and you ain't about to wake up. You making everything calcified. And so you, hi, because you didn't want to go in here and get to know yourself. For your merchants were great men of the earth. And so that part of the biblical text is telling you that in your assimilated environment, these are great, powerful people in your environment that allows for the dispense, the easy access of these different things. Like I was saying earlier, these buildings where you can get this liquor and these pharmaceuticals are everywhere. Look at like Walgreens, the CVS's on every corner. We're talking about dispensaries of all of this. Walgreens, CVS is one. Then we got the one where you could go get the reefer is another. And then there's another corner store where you could easily access the alcoholic beverages. Even when you go out to eat, you got your MSG, you got your high fructose corn syrup that takes you on a trip to make you think that you're hungry when you're really full. It's altering your brain too. And then it might be attached to somebody with a liquor license, so they'll call it a food and spirit establishment. So you got forces in this realm that's working day in and day out to keep you night. All nations were deceived by your sorcery. And you got mind games on television. This is why it's so hard for you to come out of that big, deep sleep and slumber. And then when you come out, you're like trying to get to know yourself, trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat and where I'm gonna go, what I'm not gonna go, what I'm gonna do. And it's just been so long, and there's just so much information. And then you want to feel good because everybody, no matter what state of being you're in, you're just trying to get a little higher. Like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this and that just to get a little higher. Yeah, oh, that really helps me with, meditation really relax me, but I need to drink a tea because even the Buddhas, they do something to get higher. Give me some tea. Let me hear the Tibetan bowls. We're trying to get higher too, like, right? Let me just meditate. Let me go sit on the mount. Let me go to a retreat. All of these things are allowing to get high, but the difference is two different highs. One naturally is secreting dimethyltryptamine based upon the inner forces. They're going within to secrete theirs. They're going on a feeling within, and then the ones that are asleep, they're going without. Sleep is always going to be exoteric. It's always going to be I gotta go out here to the corner store, to the reaper store, to the doctor, to wherever to help me. Esoteric consciousness is always going to be within. Abstaining most often than from these things in order to be pure inside, within, purify within, to secrete your own dimethyltryptamine, to take your own trip, to maybe even if need be, use the herbs, but drink them or eat them, not smoking them, because smoking them is akin to inflammation. And so there have people in the physical reality that's over here that really don't understand it, and they, God darn it, they don't really understand it, and they'll smoke. They'll have their smokes, their happy smokes. But after that happy smoke, then comes a cough. That's inflammation. So now they try to get a little higher, but as far as basic chemistry is concerned, they're still on the acidic range of chemistry. Now they still got to get something highly beneficial that'll cool and calm their little body off. I'm not suggesting you to do, any different forms, but if it were me, I would say eat it and not smoke anything to cause inflammation in your chest, not burning up your little tree of life in your lungs, not drying out your crystals fluid, drying out your melanin, because a lot of those reefer things that you smoke that don't have seeds in them are very detrimental to your health. And then you go put it on fire and smoke it and make it more acidic and cause more inflammation. But the nations are deceived by the sorceries, because it gives you the good feeling, but yet the day after they'll call it cotton mouth, dry mouth. Okay, so anytime, let's think about the logic behind a dry mouth, right? The logic behind a dry mouth is you're dehydrated. That's the same kind of symptom that happens when you consume alcohol. Your brain gets dehydrated. Your juices done dried up. This is why the next day, I've been drunk when I was tipsy or whatever, when I was younger. The next day, it's like my heart was beating and shaking my whole body. Like, it's dehydration. Your brain is dehydrated because your soul done left. You done entered into the evil spirit realm. Your crystals fluid and dried up, all your skin be dry, and your heart beating so fast. And now the day after, you want to go and consume Gatorade or the sports drink or something with electrolytes. Why is that? Let's think about this here as it pertains to health and wellness. You want the electrolytes because you need salts, you need minerals. Electrolytes ain't nothing but the great Celtic salts, peak Himalaya sea salts. They put it in Gatorade and then they add all kind of different hydrogenated oils that's not good for you, and sugar that's not good for you, and then all kind of other ingredients, when you really just need to lick some darn salt to get some minerals because you was dehydrated. And then on top of that, you needed some H2O to get you some water in it. So you could have just went in the kitchen, licked some salt, and drunk a whole bunch of spring water and could have got your life force back and kept the chemicals that was in the Gatorades on the shelf. But the whole point is, you went down to the evil spirit realm. Your soul left your little self. This is why things happen that you don't remember, because you hadn't checked out. Now you got to reset and reprogram from this ascetic realm where evil spirits and sorcery lied, and you got to get back to neutral. You got to get back to neutral. And then you operating. You don't realize all of this here that happened to you. You operating, girl, we had a time last night. They'll say on TikTok, they got a little sound that says that. We had a time last night. And then they'll have these drunken ladies or drunken people that's just on the floor in the middle of the hotel. A seer, such as myself, when they see that, it's like, oh, look at the gods. Hit the like button, church. Thank you, Rita. I told someone earlier today to speak the things that you want, not the things that you don't want. Oh, I love that for you, Candy. Yeah. You see where I'm going? So, Asia, that can see us, just in case you can't see. You know, maybe that's not your gift. We all have different gifts. But a seer, when a seer sees a drunken being, it's like looking at an evil spirit because they're so low. And this is why seers like myself can't, well, would rather not be in bar rooms, for example, places where people are drinking at. Because not only do you see those things, but you feel those things. You literally feel and see that the person's soul is gone, like, right? On a whole nother galactic plane, kind of like whole nother frequency, like, right? And it is something, it's nothing judgmental or whatever. It's something that when you know that we are gods in human form having this experience, when you see the other gods do those type of things, you're like, oh, like it ain't cute, like, right? Like, oh, not to be judgmental, but it's like, but you God though, why you acting like that? Like when it's almost like layman's term, you see somebody, you know they have good potential, like, I don't know, oh, like a younger woman, like if you're a lady and you see another younger woman and she's so pretty and she's so smart, but yeah, she's dealing with a knucklehead, a little dusty that's controlling or beating her. It's like, oh, don't let them treat you like that, okay? Don't waste the pretty, okay? I mean, you're beautiful, you're worthy, you're important, you can be with anybody. You don't have to take that, like, right? It kind of brings out that nurturing ability that you might have. But this is what happens every day. And maybe once upon a time, maybe even now, because y'all quiet as I don't know what up in this room, maybe even now you experience one of these things, whether it be the drugs, the alcohol on occasion, or drinking. Maybe you experience it or are still dealing with it. But the biblical text is talking about it in Revelations 18 and 23. All nations were deceived by your sorcery. The deception comes when your soul is leaving. The deception comes when you can't even recognize yourself no more. The deception come when you done dried up your crystals fluid and you're talking about you ain't dreaming and you don't have color for dreams no more. The deception come when you sleep a little bit longer. The deception come when there's a whole new world, a new golden age in this here realm that you some right now can't even see. The deception comes when the inner being is speaking to them and they have ears and they ain't even hearing. When they have eyes and they ain't even seeing the trickery and the illusion. That's the deception. The deception comes when billboards are up there messing with your mind, playing games on you. Even the commercials do that. When they talking really, I don't watch TV anymore, but I guess they still play commercials when they talk real fast after commercials. When they make the imagery look like hot, cloudy and drawing, like it's zooming in and capturing your attention. You ever paid attention to a person? This is deception. You ever paid attention to a person that's watching maybe their favorite show or game, or even children? That's a deception. It's a lock-in effect that captures your subconscious mind and allow it to go on a trip based upon what the television is feeding them. That's a deception. Like, right? Deception. And many people, they have their favorite show and they spend hours being deceived. The nations were deceived by the sorcery, the deception. So on the commercials, like, for the new drug that's gonna wipe away the new drug now that's gonna wipe away maybe your eczema or make your eggplant go up really, really fast and be hard as a brick or whatever on the commercial. It's a form of sorcery. I want you to know that, because it was always meant for herbs to be the healing of the nation. It was always meant for you to take care of the temple, right? Now, you was always going to have choices in this realm. God always have a choice. You're going to always have to make a choice. Some of us are choosing the sorcery and don't even know it. We getting bamboozled with the billboard that say don't do it. And our subconscious mind said, okay, we will. Because we don't understand, because we didn't sit with ourselves to get to know ourselves, because getting to know ourselves is aching to getting to know God. Why is this so readily available to me? Why is it so easy to obtain for me? Why does it make me feel good, but yet the next day I don't? Why? Did you ever question that with your sorcery? Or you hooked too far on your sorcery that you can't let it go? We got to get to a point in our journey where we over the peer pressures of life too. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I behaved like a child, but when I became, I put away those childish scenes. Even a person that has been consuming alcohol at one point in time, they feel the toll that it takes upon their life, and they yet still have a choice. Oftentimes, they still choose to move on that way, but the choice will always be there. Don't be deceived. I'm not going to say it like that. Be mindful of the deception when it pertains to the sorceries in this realm, because they're put there by you, from you, to stop you. I'm not going to blame this on no government. You are your own entity. You create your own reality. I want you to understand how to be as wise as a serpent, but yet as gentle as a dove. We walk around talking about melanin popping. We walk around talking about how fleek we are, especially the darker hued beings. But if it's so powerful and it's such a healer, and it's so popping, take care of it. If you are the Christ conscious one, where your juice at? Did you let your juice dry up? Because we'll come forward with all of this inflammation and all of this pain because we have successfully went over here to this aesthetic range. And for a person to be in an aesthetic range and they can't take certain herbs to get their butt over here with basic chemistry and come to the alkaline side, lets you know that it's one of them four things that's stopping and becoming a stumbling block in some of their life. There are people that will consume their little Irish sea moss here, but yet on weekends, they want to go back to the aesthetic range. They want to take the soul out the body and then wonder why they never got to alkalinity. Or maybe they want to do a little bit of their DRUGS and wonder why they didn't get over here. Maybe they want to have their smokes, their reefer, and then they wonder why they can't get over here. Because basic chemistry going to keep you on aesthetic range. Your lungs shall be inflamed if you have smokes in them. This is basic chemistry. Your crystals, fluid, and acids will accumulate inside of your body and dry out your juices and your melanin if you are consuming these alcoholic beverages. Like, right? This is basic chemistry. When you consume these things, you have successfully depleted, not only destroying the melanin. If it's a DRUGS, you successfully destroy the melanin. You put out the crystals fluid. You now no longer have any magnesium. Magnesium is needed in every organ of the body as a detoxer. Now your soul said bye-bye. So you're stuck with an evil entity in a trying time in this realm. This is the worst time to play that foolery. I'm doing this video to let you know when there are two worlds right here divided and you choosing the one that you've been in by staying low with your ascetic range and staying low with your with the lack of your soul. Maybe you're gonna need that soul. You're gonna need that soul to enter into this realm. So I wanted to share with you all, just in case you needed to know this, that all nations were deceived by her sorcery. Come out of her, my people, so you will not suffer in her sins. Come out of her, my people. It's time for the great sleep and slumber to be a thing of the past. You gotta come out of her, my people. Because what is to come with these two worlds budded together, the sights, the experience requires you to have a mind that ain't wasted. A mind that can use its logic to be wise, not to be tempted by your lower self. Come out of her, my people. I'm not telling you to be, look, Bakiwa said, come out. I'm not telling you to be no nun. I'm telling you to be mindful that this is and shall always be known as the kingdom of God. If you turn it into a den of thieves, don't turn around and say, God has just never told me about that, because I did. Thank you for the offerings. I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate you. Thank you, Tandy. That was from yesterday. I appreciate you. The doors of the church are open. It's offering time. Cash App God is just be. It's offering time. For those of you that are new here, I come forward at 4 o'clock. Normally, I came a little late today. And I have church. I'm the first lady, and this is the Interbeing Church, and we talk about all things within. To support me and join this church, my website is salttheearthpub.org. And when you go there, if you stay there for about 3 to 5 seconds, you can join my newsletters. First name, email address is the only thing that's required. I teach you about eating right for your blood type, because I'm a blood type connection catalyst, and I help people on their wellness journey. I help them on their wellness journey because I understand that is one of the routes that will help you get to your spiritual essence and get to know yourself. I teach people about manifestation, about their blood type and connection, compatibility, and so much more. Both physical and spiritual sides of yourself, because that represents the totality of God. If you want to give for my service, for my church time, just like you gave in that church and you didn't know these things about yourself, just like you gave in that church and Pastor Nate never opened up the book of Revelation because he didn't understand it, because he wasn't esoteric. Well, you can give to me. I'm the first lady, and my Cash App is God is just be. Cash App God is just be. I take donations, and my donations go toward things like this here, like the props and the information that I share. I'm a teacher, and I love to teach, and I have all this information, this knowledge from getting to know myself on my journey. I have all this knowledge within me, and I just want to share it with somebody that look like me, that have the issues that I had. And my thing was, and I'm not trying to be ugly with no other hued being in this realm, because I understand all is God. But my thing was, I wanted somebody that looked like me. Yeah. And so I do this to be that somebody for somebody else, because I never had a black woman with the wisdom, with the spiritual knowledge, who was a seer, who really loved on me and really sat down with me and could give me these things. I had to seek these things on my own. So I circle back. This is my act of service to mankind. I like to circle back and be in a position to bless those that are like me. Thank you, Yama say. Thank you, Miss Grateful. Thank you, Sage. Thank you, Belinda. I appreciate you. Rita, and Tiaria. I appreciate every last one of you that gave. Woo, you went in tonight. Royal said you went in. Church family, it's my born day, age of Aquarius. All right, wait, we had Tangela the other day. Now we got Blue Diamond. It's Blue Diamond's birthday, y'all. I want to say happy birthday to you. Let me get my tambourine. I want to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Blue Diamond. Happy birthday to you. And you too, Tanya. Happy birthday, age of Aquarius. I love it. I love it. That's Sue. That's my Sue Kwan birthday. And Tandy. I appreciate y'all. That's so beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, we create our own reality. So understand that. I'm not trying to share with you all something to stop you from having fun, so to speak. But you could have fun in other ways. Remember, I said you could eat things, but that smoking is inflammation and acids. Just be mindful of your body in this realm. Be mindful of your body. When you're dehydrated, when you're low, in this here time and season, because it's all about energy. In this realm, you need to be, in this season, in this realm, you need hydrogen. You need H2O. You need magnesium. And those things are taking that from you. You need that right now, because everything with the frequency of the universe collectively expanding and increasing, and you playing around, especially if you're on a soulful journey. If you still sleep night, baby, you could get it next quarter. But especially if you're on a spiritual journey and you just don't know these things, it could become a stumbling block for you. because you're trying, as the collective consciousness is increasing and the frequency of this realm is increasing, and you decide, this you coming out of the collective consciousness while we expanding and exploring and evolving, you decide you want to get a little drink. You didn't tap out of the all now. You at low frequency, you hear, and so it's easy for you to fall by the wayside when you lower your frequency. That's what was happening, just in case you didn't know, with COVID. People that were already had low frequencies, those were the ones that was getting kind of pushed out. Now, energy is never really destroyed, it's simply transformed, but they were dying out. They were dying out of this realm because energy is never destroyed, it's simply transformed. So they had to die out, and then they had to catch up with us. So for those of you who do those things and make your body basically soulless, aesthetic, low frequency, that means you decided to go underneath that neutral when you're supposed to stay at neutral and above to keep up with the collective consciousness that's always going to be expanded. And so since you went below neutral, you dying out. Gotta die out. You keep that up, and you keep depleting your magnesium, you keep depleting your hydrogen state of being. You keep on doing that. pH balance ain't nothing but a potential of hydrogen. Hello. These things that I mentioned to you are bringing your potential of hydrogen underneath the 7.35 where it's supposed to be. 0 and in up to 7.35, that's aesthetic, in case you didn't know. This is where the sickness and disease and disharmony comes in. So you do those things that I mentioned to you. This is the sorcery. This is the witchcraft that is working against you. This is the evil spirit that's working against you. But you doing that to you because you decided to put you over there. Come on into the light, baby. You're going to need hydrogen in this new world, in this new dimension. You're going to need your hydrogen just to get there. You're going to need your potential of hydrogen to be able to knock at the door and sup with the higher frequency beings, because they in a new world with hydrogen, not no lack thereof. Look at the periodic table of elements. It's teaching you, number one, hydrogen. You gonna miss the boat if you ain't got your hydrogen, if you're not hydrating your body, if you're not giving your body the substance that it needs, like in the fruits and the vegetables, the highly beneficial food plans that I have available and different things like that, the herbs for the healing of the nation to get you over here to the 7.35 and above alkalinity. All right, I just thought I'd tell you. You do what you want to do with that information. Hey, Nancy. Yes. Y'all got it? That's it. That's the video. That's it. That's the video. Woo! I just felt compelled to talk to you about that. I felt compelled to tell you about them spirits. Because spirits are plentiful right now. Spirits are so plentiful right now in this realm, y'all. Have y'all been seeing them? Have y'all been feeling them if you don't see them? They're so heavily present in this realm. Have you been dreaming about them? Have you been seeing things through your corner eye, your peripheral vision? Yes. You have to keep yourself covered. You got to keep you got to have, and this is akin to in the biblical text, exoterically, putting on the whole armor of God. This is the whole armor, not the half-ass stuff. We ain't playing church over here, y'all. This real life, layman's term, right now happening. And you decided to come forth during this here time. You have so much power, and you're so courageous for deciding to even come forth amongst mankind at this time when the shift is taking place. So it is with my knowing that you didn't come forward here to be deceived. So I have to share with you today the ways that you can be deceived. Do what always feels good to you. But in all of your getting, you get an understanding of what's going on happening to your soul. Because that overindulgence in those different things that you choose, ain't nothing wrong with that. But your soul lives on. It expands. And you need to know this about it, because it wants expansion from you. It wants expansion from you. And it ain't the devil that's stopping you from expanding. It's always going to be you stopping you from expanding. Always. Hey, Big T, how you doing? My dreams have been very vivid lately. Yes, recently. Yes. Yes, they are. Yes. Yes. Yes, the whole armor of God release is being forced. Yeah. I'm great, Queen. How are you? I am perfect. So we all having these different things, we having these different experiences, sleep paralysis and this heightened sensitivity of people around us, of presence around us, like, right? You're not feeling that. You're not feeling like something is different. You're not feeling like when it rains, like a wanting to feel the sun again. A desire for the sun to just come and shine. How everything's been so manipulated. You're not wanting to figure out what's amongst some heavy clouds. What's out there? Like, right? It's an urgency right now of getting to know yourself, a quickening of spirits. In the biblical text, they say it to be like, they shall not all sleep, but they all shall be changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. I just don't want you to be like that one sitting up there trying to get your drink on, doing that twinkling of that eye, you being low. Because he passed to them, they don't really talk about this here. They just tell you, oh, you can't have sex. You can't, do not have sex before marriage. We just talked about that. Do not have, what's your subconscious mind going to think about that? They're going another knot. Do not have sex before marriage. You can won't grab low down all of a sudden, and you ain't gonna know why. Oh my God, am I Jezebel? I mean, I was trying to love on God, but I mean, he come up here smelling good and da da da. And next thing you know, we were in the back room, right? Because it said do not, and your subconscious mind does not understand that command. When it tells you do not, you're gonna want that. And so church is designed kind of like that, in a sense where it creates resistance, because it tells you what you can't do. And the whole time you wondering, oh, well, what happened? Surely, just like in the biblical text in the beginning of in that Genesis story, the so-called serpent was like, surely you would not die if you eat the apple. Surely you would not die. You'll be like the other gods. And so you think in that parable, you would think, if it was layman's term really happening, you would think like, oh, I'm gonna be like God, I'm gonna be powerful. Like what? I mean, okay. I was told not to eat this thing, but all of my thoughts is about eating it. I want to devour this apple. That's how your mind works. Because you God. That's why. That's why you God. And God, somebody telling God, no, God, do not eat this apple, God. You gonna suffer if you. We're like, what? In the physical reality, we all are. And so you tell God, do not drink and drive. And God gonna be like, well, I'm omnipotent. I could be, do I have anything? Next thing you know, God said, chug a lug, chug a lug, chug a lug, chug a lug. You see what I'm saying? So be mindful of that mind of yours. All right? All right. Hey, Erica. Any questions? Any questions about this here? Any questions before I get up out of here? All nations were deceived by your sorcery. Any questions? No? I'm perfect, Erica. Chug a lug, yeah. That's what the girl's gonna be doing. Chug a lug, chug a lug. Royal, give me some more liquor. Chug a lug, chug a lug. I wake up every night between 3 and 5. Oh, I'm glad you say that. I'm glad you say that. So, between 3 and 5. 3 and you know we got witchy hours of the night, right? Right? Y'all know about the witchy hours? Y'all know about the witchy hours? Holy space. So certain times of the night, those those entities or spirits are more prevalent than others. And 3 is really, really a major time or season. Royal says yes. Oh, you know about that, Royal. So around 3 and 5, I would say definitely it is a witchy hour. You are dealing with the element of air and thought in that realm or in that hour. Thought, air, spirits. In that time, that's really the best time to do meditation practices. But at the same time, it is also the present time when spirits or dark, not so probably pleasant, darker entities will be out and about, like, right? Roaming the so-called streets. You know that song? The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. Well, that's the time. So being a spiritual being is the best time for you to meditate during those moments. Like witchy time. Yep, Crystal, 3 to 5. Witchy times, right? I guess a lot of us was up at 3. Yeah, you be up at 3 too, Erica? Let's see. Had me up for a good bit at 3. Yeah. So that's the time. So if you are getting up during that time, it is the best time because the air element is more prevalent during those hours. It's actually 2 to 4 ish that the air element is present. So that's the thought realm. That's the realm that really, it's really, really good for you to meditate in it and practice mindfulness, positive mindfulness. If anything, if you up at 3 to 5, that's not a time to be worrying because the air, the thought realm, the energy of thought, of negative thought is powerful during that time as well too. So you get kind of like sucked into, how thought is feminine energy and it creates other thoughts of the likeness. You want to make sure you're having the likeness of positive thoughts, aka meditation, versus a negative one, because there are entities or energies present at that time with negative and chaotic intentions and energy, and you don't want to get sucked into that. Yeah. So that's a beautiful. I obtain my power in this hour. Oh, okay. That's the time that you meditate and stuff. Okay, I'll do that. Definitely. Totally off topic. But I had to download today about consensual freckles. Really? What about that? I do water meditation during the witchy hours. Oh, really? Now that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So you know about the witchy hours. Okay, good for you. I woke up at 2. 2. That's a beautiful time. Beautiful time. I'm hopeful that you begin to wake up and be more inspired to do something mindfully, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Even if it's for 5 minutes here, because that is such a present moment because the whole, at certain hours we got elemental forces. You know how we have earth, air, water, and fire, like, right, the 4 elements that we teach about in the tarot in different things, like, right, certain hours of the day we're in certain elements is what I'm saying. And so actually it's 2 to 4, no matter where you are. 2 to 4 is the element of air. And so when we're in that element of air, your meditation and thoughts are really, really powerful in that area, even for manifestation practices too. Yep, some people have star celestials as freckles on it. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So what do they say to you? You had a download. So what do they say to you? Do they talk to you? They tell you certain things. Do you have freckles, Sage? Yeah. Yep. Some people have. Yeah, I see that. Sometimes I take my medicine and I go to sleep early, but sometimes I still wake up like 3. Yeah. So that's a perfect time. A lot of people they end up having a little sleep paralysis around that time because it's like a witchy time, like Crystal was saying. Oh, you do? You do? I figured that. Yeah, I never saw your face close up, but I figured that. Yeah, so that's familiar to your energy as well. So that's what's you're going to be drawn to, that which feels like family and familiar to your energy. But yeah, that's a witchy time of the day. Like people have nightmares, sleep paralysis, their vivid dreams. This is when people be out, kind of like doing SA-X or evil sort of X, Birkins or whatever need be done during that time. Like, right? So you just got to be mindful of your energy. You definitely got to be mindful of your energy. Yeah, had me, oh, I see. I was going back up. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's going to be more present, more prevalent, really, really right now, more than anything. Especially when the sun hasn't been shining and it's kind of gloomy outside in the air and kind of like congested. That lets you know spiritually that there's a lot of, just the puffy clouds. That's spirit. That's air. Like, right. Just let you know how deep the spiritual realm be around these nights. That's why it feels, for a lot of people, they feel depressed or they feel lower frequency when the sun isn't shining, when it's really, really heavily clouded. Like, right? Let's see. I wake up at 2. I read that one already. Some people, okay, I read that. What's 4 to 6? 4 to 6, water. 4 to 6 is water, the emotional world. I do. I saw it plain as day. I'm researching more. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, it sounds really, really interesting. But it's always when you find peace with it. It always feels familiar when you know it's heartfelt for your soul expansion and your soul tribe. Like, right? Like, I don't know if I share, but I one of my trips, these energies didn't look nothing like me, because we are ETs ourselves, like, right? But me here, this human body here, didn't look like any of these entities that I was with on a travel, right? And I was looking at them. I'm like, they look different. That's why I always tell you to pay attention to how you feel. But they feel like they my family. Like, I was around like little green little scientists, like little sharp men that wore black, like, right? In like crop circles, like, right? Scarecrow looking one, a green scientist looking one with black, and then a big one, almost like a silhouette of a black, the black tall stick man, kind of like, but no face, no image, a shadow people. Okay. And so we just are talking and chopping it up, and they talking and I'm walking. It was almost like we just walking on a in the cosmos. Oh, not really. We just walking, like, right, and talking, like, right. And I'm just listening to them, and I loved them. I liked them. I was like, you're cute, like, and you so in charge. And I was admiring, their qualities and stuff. The weirdest thing now, if you want to see this here that I was walking with, you would be like, what kind of cartoon crap is this? But discernment within me told me to go with them. This was an ascension for me, like, right? Told me to go. And so we're like on the voyage, like we just walking. And I'm going, I don't know where I'm going. Ended up, this might be a little much for y'all, but I ended up on the rings of Saturn. Saturn have rings, right? Saturn ring, the ring around Saturn. And the ring around Saturn wasn't just energy. The ring itself was expressions of life. It was people, like, right? It's people around the ring. Anyway, long story short, I say that because it's always gonna be discernment. The face might look like you sometimes, but sometimes that face might not look like you. But always pause, go in, and see how you feel. You should be doing this now in the physical reality. When you walk in a room, whether you're going shopping, whether you're going to work, shut up. Because you can't listen and talk at the same time. This is why it's important for you to know how to shut up. And you scan that bad boy. And then you could go in. But in those couple of seconds while you scanning that bad boy, that room that you in, you know all the information you need to know about the people up in there. You gotta know how to do that. Within the first couple of seconds when you meet anybody, all of your antennas, your hairs on your arm, everything is scanning. Allow the scan to take place. This will help you in this realm, the scanning. That way, when you ever enter into like a sleep paralysis, this is learning goes with you. The larger part of you, your soul, your subconscious mind remembers these scenes. So that way, when you ever go into another realm in any other lifetime, you remember that you already learned how to scan the room. You already learned discernment. So you take what you learned there. Who are you? What do you want? And you shutting up. While you shutting up, now you have a chance to feel, is this thing out for the good of me or the bad of me? Because you know how you feel already, because you've been in here already. And how you feel gonna be familiar. But then when you feel something that's kind of like unsettling with another energy that's in the room, you now know and can understand that that is not my energy. I am not normally fearful. I am not normally picking up on a sneakiness or ill intent in me. So that means this is not coming from me. It must be coming from this. And if it's coming from this, it's my internal GPS that's telling me not to trust this. So I'm going to listen to this internal GPS because it never steers me wrong, away from me. Because you felt that you needed to get away, not because you're scared necessarily. It's because you felt within your inner GPS that meant you no harm. I mean, that meant you harm in that sense. You see what I'm saying? That's very, very important to know. So good. I think I'm somehow connected to, really, like Nigerians. I don't think I spell it. Is that a tribe you're talking about? Is another tribe? Is that a tribe you're talking about, Sage? You remember what you look like in your earth suit? Me? Yes. Even though I wasn't present in my earth suit, I remember me in the earth suit, but I'm not there in the earth suit. I'm pure spirit, but I'm thinking about my avatar body because I'm trying to give myself, an expression, like, right? At that time when I travel. So I try to give myself an expression. So I'm thinking of myself as a human that just, oh my gosh, I just saw something in another realm. I'm thinking of myself as a human that's just flying. Mhm. That's just flying, that just have these new avatar kind of like superpowers, kind of like, because I in that realm I can fly, I can kind of like jump into other realms, almost like there's time is an illusion. So I'm in the galaxy, I'm in Saturn, I'm at home, I'm a woman, I'm a man, I'm old, I'm young, I'm a baby, I'm crying, I'm happy, I'm sad, all of this at one time. And so, but in my last lifetime, I'm thinking that I'm this body that's, because I'm tired. The reason why I'm thinking this way is because I'm tied to this body for this lifetime. If I'm tied to this body, I'm going to remember this here lifetime because there's a cord that's anchoring me back to this here realm. And if the cord anchoring me back to this realm after I have this spiritual experience, I'm going back to looking like this here. And that's the only reason why when I'm there, I think of myself still as this, because I'm still connected to this body. If that makes if that makes any sense to you. It's a so oh, okay, I see. Okay, I see. I thought it was one of those tribes, because they have these tribes, these women tribe, kind of like that have a whole bunch of freckles, and I thought you was trying to say the names of them. Yeah. Okay. And it could be. If you feel that way in your thought, so shall it be, because your thoughts create your own reality. I'm fearful of things like bad dreams. I can't be a blood. You what? This lady, that's Tia Tia. Listen to this here, y'all. Tia Tia is a blood type B, and blood type B are more spiritual beings. Just to let you know, and just in case, I'm a blood type B. And Tia Tia over here talking about I'm fearful of things like bad dreams, so I can't be a blood type B. Little scary self. She said I'm scary as all get out. That's so funny. That's funny. But here's the thing about that. You scared of you though. You ain't really scared of them dreams. You scared of you and your power. Because blood type Bs are really, really powerful. And at our lower self, it is scary though. You know, at our lower self, when we don't yet understand ourselves, it's really, really scary. Because I was scared, you know, when I was a little girl and I would hear, you know, grown adult sounding voices underneath my bed calling my name, you know, and telling me to come, let's go, it's time to go. And I would get up like in the middle of sleep and like go, like, right? You know, I was scared, but you know, I didn't understand what was going on, but it's so beckoning, it's so calling to your soul, like, right? And you kind of like, you get to a place in your life as being a spiritual person, so it's like you like, what is it? Leave me alone. What do you want? You know, like, you know, because you start to feel as a blood type B that you not normal. No, other people ain't talking about spiritual stuff like this here. So you start to feel like you're not normal, so to speak. And so you want to get to the bottom of it. And you start to get bold with that note, with that energy. And that's purposeful because you got to get sick and tired of any state of being that you're in to kind of like explore the other side of it. And so that's perfect. So now you're tired of, you know, the sleep paralysis. You tired of being scared to go to your house. Like I've shared that with you all before. And so now you want to face that thing. Like, come on, look, what's going to happen? It's almost like that person, you know, that's trying to steal your lunch money, so to speak. Like, look, nah, you gonna have to be my ass today, cause I'm gonna eat today. I'm tired, you know. And you get to that place, and guess what? You realize that person that was trying to take your lunch money, that was a punk. Like, right? That person just really wanted you to stand up to it. And after that, they left you alone. No different from energies like this here. Yeah, after you get rid of your fear, you're really only scared of your own self and your innate ability to tap into soul's energy and all of your gifts that you know that are emerging from you. And once you get past that, then you're like, okay, what's up? Who next? You know? I have seen myself as a monster before, and I just knew it was me. Yeah. Yeah. And so we all have different forms. Erica said, oh, hell no. That is funny. You know, we all have different forms. It's different forms of expression. So like, check within yourself. Yeah. We have different expressions. Like she's talking about freckles over here. I talked about the greens people and, you know, the black shadow people and different things like that. We all come. Remember, I told you we all come from different places now. We all come from different places. Our bloodline brings us from different places. Hey, user, Miss Terry. Thank you for a great. I will see you next time. Okay, no problem, sunshine. So we all come from different places. And so with different places, we express ourselves differently too. So now you might be drawn, like for example, be drawn to birds more in this realm. You have a connection with birds. Another person might have a connection with lizards. Another person have a connection with cats, like, right? That really be symbolic to something you were familiar with in other lifetimes, kind of like, right? And so you resonate with them because we are not the same. We come from different places for one, and then in that different place, our expression was different. So you're going to always kind of like look at your ancestors, your God, your experiences. It's different images. Some going to look familiar to you. Go with them. Experience expansion with them. And some going to look like they do not. And you be leery of them and you buying them away from you if you don't feel comfortable with them. That's how you handle that. Because they ain't going to look like you. all the time. It definitely ain't gonna look like a human being. I can tell you that. You ain't gonna be seeing just regular little black people, white people, just because if that was the case, it won't stand out. And you do that to yourself. You program yourself that way so that it could stand out, and it could be something impressing on your mind, something that you will remember. If you don't remember it, it's not going to stand out spiritually enough to you and for you. So that's how you do it. Just like sleep paralysis, like that's pretty much you waking up, or kind of like opening up your brain, open up your mind before your consciousness came back, kind of like to your body. So you kind of like open up your eyes rather, and your consciousness, full consciousness, haven't came back. So you kind of like stuck and limp. It's like you still never got back into your suit yet. You kind of like putting your legs in, zipping it up, but at the same time, all you can move is your eyes, like right, and everything feels limp, and you cannot move. You cannot move your arms or nothing. But it is most often than not during the sleep paralysis, for me, example too, that is the moment or time when you see your shadow people, your ancestors, or other images from another realm. And you do that on purpose sometimes because this life is happening to you. You do that on purpose so you can remember that you just had a spiritual experience. That's purposeful for you. So you can remember in this realm and quit thinking that you're just a soldier in the army of the Lord and you're just a human being, because you're not. So you have this download. Dang, there's something greater than me. Someone was by my bed. I wonder what that was. Was I with him or her? Was it a man or woman? Why it look black? Why I couldn't see it? Why I couldn't move? And you're going to keep asking this question. So that leads for you to go down a portal. It's really just leading you to more expansion in your life. Hey, Lady Libra, I wake up at 5 just about every morning. Yeah, that's about the water. That's roughly about the water time where you're in emotion. So the best thing to do is to center yourself during that time with your emotions, and actually to drink something. Drink a warm tea or something to relax you. Make sure that you're feeling good, and during that time to set the tone of your day, my inner being is saying to you. Sage, for sure, don't look like no people. I've seen some, okay, yeah, they come from different places, but still we found each other here. Powerful. Yeah, definitely we do. And we found, even though I talk sometimes to other people that come from other places, because I'm a B, but O's and A's and AB's, well, not really the AB's. They don't really come to my life. But O's and A's, they come here to my life and they sup with me too. And we're not from the same place. They're like the Anunnakis, the O's bloodline, and in the A's, they're really of this earth, in this realm. They really of this realm. They feel familiar with this realm than any other blood type. And so, but B's not from here. Like, right? Bees are like the travelers. We travel to different realms all the time. That's why we never really feel belong. And that's why, going back to Tia, that's why when we don't know ourselves fully all the way and embrace and just got tired of being scared, that's why the Lord ourselves, we're really scared, because we were travelers. We've been seeing some things in other lifetimes, like, oh Lord, what's going on now? So we be kind of spooked in the beginning. But Tia, you're gonna get over that real quick. Yeah. What does it mean if the paralysis is longer each time? Lynetta says, well, if it's longer, the whole point of it is you trying to show you something. So you are trying to show yourself something. There's something that you want to bring back over to the side and kind of like remember if it's longer. Because you already know that you got to get in the suit. You know that you got to get in the suit before you open up your eyes and start, and before you're able to move back into your body again. So anytime your eyes open up before you get in the suit, that's you wanting to see something. That's you want to see something from that realm. Like who was with you, what's happening. Because there's something in that room, in that in your eyes open your ability to see. And so you just wanted to take a peek at it. Because that, like I was saying earlier, it gives you confirmation that you are not alone and that you are a traveler. And a lot of people, they don't believe that they're a traveler. They don't believe in nothing but these two eyes here. They think that dream state, that sleep paralysis, is that all of them just tripping. Or they scared like Tia. And they think, so since they're scared, they think it's just the boogeyman. But we be needing confirmation like that sometimes. And that confirmation really, really helps us. Yes. Yes. So shall it be? You're welcome. Tia said 2 women pulled up in white coats. I ran and woke up. See, she's scared, y'all. she the regular women. You scared of the regular women? I thought we were talking about entities and stuff. You just regular women. Come on now, Tia. Put on your big girl drawers, Tia. Oh my God. I told you when I first stumbled upon your live, I heard owls louder than your voice. Yeah. Yeah. And so even with that expression of life, owls, that represents wisdom, like, right? Wisdom and consciousness of knowing, like, right? And so that be your ancestors, like, right? In different forms, like, giving you messages. But that's why you gotta, not you, but we all gotta shut up sometime and pay attention to that owl or that bird or that lizard. Because there's a still small voice of a message that we might be missing in that time and space, or that sleep paralysis moment. Just pay attention. Figure out what it is you want to see. Because you wanted to see something. That's why you open up your eyes. Yeah. One of my owls is one of my guys is an owl. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, it's like, your inner beingness, your ancestors, they sending you messages. And so you got to listen to them and see what they asking you. Oh, hey, you are not looking at the camera. hey, is it Atticus Sparks? No, I have 3 cameras and a computer over here. So no, I'm not always looking at this one here, but I see you. You have a question? I have God is just be healthy, God is just be, and then I have YouTube over here, and then the comments of another laptop over here that I'm looking at. You have a question, babe? Let's see. Y'all TikTok presence is not telling me anything. As a spiritual person. What do you mean by that, babe? I do. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. What you got, Atticus? I'm waiting. She said she was terrified. That's cool. I'm waiting. You typing? Who you mean by y'all? Who is the y'all? Who is the y'all that you included me in? You gone? Okay, well, I'm about to look away. So anything else over here? You have any other questions? Any other questions? This has been a good live. The purpose of it was actually to talk to you all about those spirits. Okay? Be mindful of them. Be mindful of what you put in the body. That's blood type. What? What's a blood type? I'm waiting for you to shed some light on spiritual. You just getting here? Evidently, you just been getting here because I've been talking for an hour and 45 minutes. If you want to hear something, maybe you could go to the YouTube channel and watch the replay. But I'm not going to repeat the message over. Or on blood type B, spiritual light on blood type B. On my website, you know what? On my website, songtheorypub.org, there's a Woke as F blood type connection course for blood type B. If you want to find some more information that I'm not giving you in this moment in time, you could go there and purchase it, and you'll have everything you need to know about your blood type. But your energy is chaotic. Your energy is chaotic, and so this conversation is over. Be blessed. But anyway, let us pray. We're about to get out of here, y'all, because the evil spirits came up in here. Yeah, Sage, you feel it over there on YouTube? The evil spirits. And well, look, I already, because I embrace my dogs in my life. Y'all know I got my rock still sitting up there from that person that messed with me the last time. And we didn't hear from that person ever since. You notice that, huh? Mm-hmm. So let's stay neutral and above. Intervene. Thank you for everybody that came forward on this live. Thank you, Intervene, God, source energy, infinite intelligence, all that there is. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. One last time. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Oh, that feels good. Thank you, Intervene. Thank you, God, for everyone that came forth in this live. And it is my knowing that each and every last one of these people understand now the evil or darker or lower entity beings in this particular realm, that they should and shall put on the whole armor of God to be against. With this knowing, allow for them to continue to be as wise as a serpent, but yet as gentle as a dove. Understanding that we are governed underneath the law of polarity where all things are two-sided. Understanding that even within this law, they never can get life wrong because life will keep on happening through them, not ever, ever, ever to them. So if they get weary, let them still be easy on themselves. For the day that they decide to put on the whole armor of God, let them continue to be easy yet true for and within themselves, mastering themselves, understanding themselves, because love is understanding. Thought by thought by thought, action by action by action, emotion by emotion by emotion. Let them understand their lower self and their higher self, because that's the job. That's the point of the whole human experience, to get to know thyself every step of the way. I know myself. Type in the comments, I know myself. 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 I know when people playing games on me as it pertains to psychology. I know when there are darker energy beings that come forward for chaos. I know myself because I went inside of myself to get to know myself. I know when to pause and be quiet. I know when to talk. I know because I know myself. And that's what I want you all to leave with today. The knowing of self. I know myself. I know myself. I know myself. This video was from my heart to yours. Y'all be blessed. See y'all tomorrow. Bye. I know myself. Y'all have a good night.